Tash, can you believe we got to episode 10?
I know, I can't. I don't know where the time is going at the moment. It's flying by. But yeah, lovely to see you all again this morning.
Yay! So this morning's episode follows on from all of the discussions that we've been having about following your dreams, being inspired, looking at new business, new skills, things like that. So we've got a lovely guest that's going to be joining us in a moment. You will have seen our post. The guest is Sarah Jane Croke. So she is our local deputy mayoress, businesswoman and all-round inspirational lady. She's also a mum of 3, so she's going to have a lot to tell us, I'm sure, about coping with lockdown and with 3 children. So before she joins us, I thought it was very important for those that don't already know and haven't seen any of the recent episodes. Tash and I have actually set up our own businesses outside of Social Brunettes, which are very successful. So Tash, do you want to just tell us what you do?
Yeah, of course. I'm a personal stylist and an image coach for anyone that doesn't know. So I set up my own business probably coming up 5 years ago now. So a little while ago, had lots of ups and downs, as anyone who runs their own business will know. But also has a massive plus side for me with a family and everything like that. So that's what I do.
Yeah, and she's very successful, and I've done plenty of her workshops. If you haven't, you must join.
No, thank you.
So I'm Jenny, and I'm an independent celebrant, and what that means is I write and conduct unique and personal ceremonies. So I work with lots of lovely couples doing their weddings, couples celebrating milestone anniversaries for vow renewals, and those welcoming new arrivals with baby namings. So we both have our separate businesses outside of this. So we're very busy ladies, also juggling home life and work, and obviously the Social Brunettes things as well. So that's a little intro about us. We will be joined by Sarah Jane Croke very shortly, so I'll keep an eye out for her when she joins, and we'll see you in a sec. So welcome back. We've now been joined by the lovely Sarah Jane Croke. Hello.
Hi. Hi, ladies.
I must just say that bless Tash, she's having severe troubles with her Wi-Fi, her broadband today, so she may dip in and out. But or if she freezes, like I think she's just done, we're going to pretend that we're doing the mannequin challenge. So she is with us. She's back again. She's dipping in and out, but we'll carry on.
Carry on regardless.
Yeah, we're not going to beat her. So, Sarah, we've given you a lovely little intro and explained a little bit about who you are. But I know I've known you since about 2014 when I set up my business. But do you want to just explain who you are and what you do and a little bit about all your little ventures?
Yeah, so thank you so much, ladies, for having me. It's an absolute pleasure and so nice to get together, even though it is via Zoom. But thank you. And we're all looking quite colourful. Me with my hair, Tash with the purple, and Jen with the pink. Look.
Yes.
And no glasses today.
No glasses. Show us your necklace, Sarah. Show us your necklace. Sarah's got another necklace to show us.
Oh, yes.
Show it off. Show it off. Sarah is our local deputy mayoress, which is quite the bit of bling there, Sarah. So tell us more about you and what that means. What does having that necklace mean?
So I'm a mum of 3. There we go. So we'll start at the beginning. A mum of 3. My eldest is 25, Ellie. My middle girl is 12, who's Emerald, and then my little boy who's 5. So there we go. So there's a start. So where do I start after that?
Well, I met you in 2014 and you were in the wedding business.
In the wedding industry.
So let's start there. How did you get on with that?
So the wedding business, I previously worked for a wedding shop and worked with a lady for about 5 years, helping her run her wedding shop, and always thought, I really want to do this. This is where I want to go. I want to do some weddings. I just love being with brides. Just that whole, it's such a gorgeous business to be in.
Yeah.
Unless you get a bridezilla, of course. But I haven't
had another episode.
I haven't had too many of those, and I'm so lucky. My bride and grooms are just lovely, genuine, happy people. So so I started my own wedding business, and that was mainly doing floral arrangements, wedding decoration, and then it went more into working with smaller independent businesses, so bringing on DJs, people that do dance floors, people that do chair covers, wedding celebrants, hands up, wedding invites, wedding cakes. So there's a whole, when you start thinking about weddings, what you actually need for a wedding. So I brought on my own little black book of wedding suppliers, and it's all people that I've worked with, I trust, confident with, and they sort of sit under, I suppose, my business, and I bring them on if and when required.
You were like the go-to person. So not only would they come into your shop, they would chat to you about your services, but also you'd say, I know someone that can do that. So you became that sort of go-to person. I've got a very tickly throat. I'm going to cough.
I didn't actually know that you had a shop, Sarah. I have to say, I didn't actually realise you had a proper sort of shop.
Yeah, so I had my shop was in Frimley High Street, and I had that for about 4 years.
Wow.
And we're probably going back about 5 years ago I had that, but decided to step away from having the actual shop front because it turned out I didn't really need it in the end, because people, I became this, I hate saying a wedding planner because that's to me very American, but I suppose a lot of people have called me the fairy godmother, and how gorgeous is that? The wedding fairy godmother.
Yeah,
that's a good title.
It is. And it was sort of like, well, you're hovering around, we see you, but you don't interfere, you're just there, and we come, whatever we need, you will know or can help with. Or so then I started meeting bride and grooms at the venues. I don't get involved in the choosing of the venue because I think that's extremely personal, and Jenny will obviously back that up. So I always come in after they've chosen the venue, because that to me gives me inspiration of what the decoration should be, rather than fight the venue. Yeah, it gives me the vibe. I've had a lot of brides where they've had a specific idea of what they want in their heads, but actually when you go to the venue and I start saying, well, okay, so let's just go outside. What flowers do you see in the garden? What is the building? What's the era of the building? And they'll go, oh, yeah, you're quite right. It's very English country garden. It's more rustic. So it's just actually making them realise, don't fight what you've got. Go with it. Embrace that venue, because they obviously picked it for a reason.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It spoke to them, and you're just helping tie all of those little details in. So you kind of developed from that sort of role, and then of course, as I've experienced as well, and Tash has, but I know the two of us in that wedding industry has been hit extremely hard with the current virus. Now, we won't bore everybody with our trials and tribulations, but what did that mean to you? What did you find yourself doing? Because you've done a lot with the community, haven't you?
Yeah, so the business just went on pause. And it is scary. I mean, I've got probably 25 weddings that have been postponed, rebooked, postponed again, rebooked, and then now I've got people that are coming back saying, oh, can we do 2022, 2023? And I'm just like, I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing in 2023. I will do your wedding. It will be in the diary and I will do your wedding. But it's like, how do we know if our businesses are still going to be going in 2023? Who knows?
Looking the same, because the landscape's changed for every industry. Tash is a stylist, she's having to adapt and innovate, and as we all are. So it's, I mean, it's just such tough times. But I know that in your role as Deputy Mayoress, we saw your medal there. You have been doing an awful lot with the community, but just outside of that as well, you've kind of wanted to help local people. So tell us a little bit about the types of things that you've been doing.
So I suppose the reason I went into being a counsellor stemmed from having my own business on the high street. And it was sort of, I could see the challenges that businesses were facing. A lot of it is private landlords, which you've got no control of because they charge whatever, what they want, and they just expect the money. They're not really interested about what is in their premises as long as they get their money.
Yeah.
So I sort of thought, there's got to be more. There's got to be something else that I can find out. I can do more. So I thought maybe I need to get into the council and find out what have they got control of, what can they do, what can they change. So I then somehow ended up being the local councillor for Frimley, and it just happened so quickly. But I'm so passionate about the community and where I live and helping. I think when you work and you live in your village, your town, it's so important to be able to do what you can, where you can. So yes.
And that? Can I ask a question? Sorry, Sarah. Was that an easy transition? Because I know you and I have spoken in the past about some of the trials and tribulations of being sort of not accepted into the council, but you sort of came across a few barriers. Do you want to talk us through those?
Yeah. So I suppose I'm not your typical looking councillor. I am certainly very different. And I think a lot of it's just being real. And I think being the person that I am, I can relate to all different types of people, different walks of life. They've probably known me, especially my local community. They've known me from having my shop. They've seen me in Waitrose. They've, walking along the street, they'll say, "Oh, can I just stop you there?" And so I think it's being relatable, being that person that will listen and not just tell them, "Oh, you need to do this or do." It's actually listening and being able to help. And I think the one thing I have learnt from a couple of counsellors and great people that have said, never promise anything, because you can't.
No.
As a counsellor, we have, we've got certain things that we can do, but I always find a way. I sort of say to people, look, let me come back to you. I'll see what I can do. And 9 times out of 10, I've managed to turn things round, help them or point them in the right direction, and I just love it. I just, the feeling that I get from being able to help people is almost, I've obviously found
your calling.
Role. Yeah, my calling. I just never in a million years would I have thought I would do what I'm doing. I've got no family in politics. No, it's just, I've no idea where it sort of came from, but I just felt passionate that I want to help the community, and this is how it happened. But
it's funny you say that, because as an outsider and having known you for a while, I can see that actually this is pretty much where you were meant to be, because you've always been that person that's right in the centre of, like you say, the village. People would come to the shop, they would flock to you. You knew lots of people. You're a connector. You bring people together. You create community with lots of different areas of your life, with your friends and family and all sorts of things going on. So I think now stepping into that role was quite a nice natural progression for you. So you're deputy mayoress. Does that mean you will become the mayor? When does that happen?
So that will be in May. So who knows where we'll be in May. I still don't know whether we'll be able to meet up or have the mayor's ceremony. I just don't know, because normally that would be held in the council chamber, where you would be given the robe, you'd be sworn in. I have to do a declaration. It's almost like being dare I say in the White House. You have to swear on an oath, and I have to sign a book. I get walked in by, there's like a bearer with the mayor's, I don't know what they call it, the mayor's, it's like I don't know what to describe. It's almost like
staff?
It's like want to say chalice, but it's not a chalice.
Yeah.
Chalice. It's almost like a post thing that they have, and it's
Yeah.
gold with jewels on, and that they walk you in first holding this, and it is very ceremonial. And then you sit on almost like a throne.
Wow.
I'm loving this.
But I don't think that will happen because it'll all just be done via Zoom. So it might be just a case of me, you know, putting the chains on at home. Who knows?
Oh, well, however it happens, it's a huge achievement. And I think for our members to see, you know, you are a mum, you're very
someone normal
lady, lovely lady, but your journey is quite inspirational. And outside of that, I know that obviously because your wedding business is on hold and your duties as the councillor and deputy mayoress, so still happening, but in a slightly different way. How did you kind of get into doing your SarahJaneCroke.com? Because obviously you were so busy with the community. Did it sort of stem from helping people during COVID?
Yes. So again, I think because I've been dealing with a lot of the businesses with my council role that were coming to me in just panic, absolute pure panic. Like rabbits in the headlights, because they were like, we don't sell online. I haven't got a website. I'm a shop on the high street, you know, where people come in. Now that those doors are shut, I don't know what I'm meant to do. So it's been helping those businesses, and it was, I suppose it just then again happened. It was a natural progression with, do you know what? I've got 25 years in retail experience, and that stems for running businesses for other people. I've done recruitment. So I worked up in London for a big recruitment company and brought on a retail desk for them. And I was working with Harrods, Selfridges, Harvey Nicks,
wow.
Adidas, when Stella McCartney came on board, which was pretty awesome. And then obviously smaller independents. So I've worked with, you know, high end to local people. So I find it really easy to talk to, you know, it could be a big CEO of Adidas, or it could be someone that's on the high street. It doesn't faze me. And again, it's just being real. And I think with the local businesses, I've tried to sort of say to them, don't take this period of time as a negative. Let's turn it into a positive. Let's relook at your business. You know, where are you going? Where do you want to take your business? Have you got a business plan?
I think you're exactly right. Someone said to me, actually very similar to yourself, just in a conversation at the beginning of lockdown last year, so sort of March time, and said pretty much what you've just said to me. Said, actually, don't think of it as a negative. You have to use the time as an opportunity and actually try and adapt. And if you don't adapt, some will die, basically, sadly. But it is and has been and should be used as a time to develop, grow, adapt, whatever your business needs, really. So it's great that people like you are there to support, because not everyone, like you say, has those skills or know-how, really.
That's it. And I think, you know, I'm not sitting here and saying I'm an expert in all of it, because I'm not. But I've had my own past experience. I've worked with other companies. I've also got people, again, that I can draw on that have got social media experience. You know, so regardless of what the business needs, I've got people that I can bring in that are professional in their own industry. So I don't sit here and preach and say I can do it all, because I can't. All I can offer is my experience. And it's also, I think a lot of it is confidence with businesses as well. It's don't be frightened to change. And when you're an independent and a small business, you can do it. You are the perfect type of person to be able to change and adapt quickly. Where, as you're well aware, especially the bigger ones on the high street, they've bought products 2 or 3 years in advance to sell, especially with clothes, summer, winter, you know, they've bought all of their clothes. It's too late. And it's like now everything's just going to be on sale, you know, and it's through their website. But with a smaller business, you can change and make small tweaks and take that time to go, do you know what? That wasn't working. But you're right, maybe I could tweak it and go this way. And also about branding, you know, look at your branding. Do you want to rebrand? This could be the perfect opportunity to rebrand. Look at your whole, you know, your whole business. And I think as well, you are your business, and I think people now, the way you're shopping is different. People are buying from people. It's not necessarily about what you're selling, it's about you as a person. I know a few people with businesses that, you know, support, are more eco-friendly. They're all about the green, about the environment, and there are people, residents out there, that is what they focus on. I'm going to shop with you because you are eco-friendly. You're, you know, you're someone that I actually relate to, and I'm loving that. So
don't you find as well that some people maybe don't really know what first steps to take? Because when you're a small business owner or you're looking to start business up, and I'm sure Tash will agree with this because we've talked about it, is when you run your own business, you are the expert in your field at what you do, but you are also marketing person.
IT support. Lack of.
Yeah, but you know, it's all of it. You are all of those things. You are the complaints department. You are everything. And so actually then, if you aren't the expert in any of those things on the periphery, how do you take those first steps? And actually having you there to help people. So if somebody is in that position, either a startup or has a business like myself or Tash that just needs to pivot, because you know that's what people are doing at the moment, is looking at what else they can do. They're innovating, you know, they can come to you and talk through all of those things. And I mean, what would be your tips and advice? Because I know you've got a course that you wanted to mention to some of the new startups.
I'd probably say with tips, don't be frightened. Please don't be frightened, and you're not on your own. There are so many businesses out there that are in this. We're all in it together. How many times have we heard that? But we are, and we're there to support each other. I also run or help run the Frimley Business Association as well. So if you're out there and you are looking for some support with your business, with, you know, other businesses that are already up and running, come on board and join that. You can go on the Facebook and just type in Frimley Business Association and you can get in touch there. That's one bit of advice. And then we do a monthly sort of catch up, and I've relaunched the business association, so it's still business orientated, but it's friendly. It's more of a community. What I don't want, and I've seen so much of this and been on so many, is that very corporate networking, you know,
stuffy.
It doesn't work for everybody. Well, I want to work with people that are real, that have got genuine problems and they need help. That's what it's about. And there are businesses there that have maybe gone through the same scenario and they'll say, do you know what, this is what I did. So it is about supporting, but not that stuffy sort of thing. If you're a business or you're looking to start a business, we have got, and I'm looking at my notes here, so if I look down, don't, you know, we're doing a pop-up business school, which is actually supported by Surrey Heath Borough Council. So it's free. It's a 10-day course. Now, I know that will probably freak somebody out. It is 9 till 3 each day. But if you sign up, you can go in and there is an agenda. You can look at the actual agenda. So you can sign up for your 10 days, but pop in and out of the sections that you want to. So you might look and say, do you know what, the social media bit, I'm going to do Tuesday morning. So there's no stress, there's no, you've got to be at every single session. You don't. Just come along for the bits that are going to be great for you. And this company that are doing, they've been going since 2012, and they set up because they failed in business. Okay, so it sounds a bit negative, but actually they've set up because they wanted to share what goes wrong, why it goes wrong, and their experiences to help you not make the same mistakes they did. And a lot of it as well is about, there is so much that you can do for free to start a business. Don't go out and get a business loan. It's all about that. It's like, do you know what? Just take a step back. Let's look at what your idea is, and then let's run with it. So it's actually a really great, I love the ethos of what they're doing. It's not a corporate thing. It's, again, it's from real people.
Yeah.
Which is what it's all about. And it's informal, so it's not, it's not going to be stuffy. There's also quite a bit about your self-development as well in business, about your confidence, sales pitches, things like that. So top tips to help you. So yeah, if there's anyone out there, I'm sure you guys will, if I fire the information out, you'll be able to do it. It will be on my website as well. It'll be on my Facebook page. So I will be sharing it. So please, and it is if you're starting up or you've got a business already, there'll be something for everybody.
Which is brilliant. So I know Sarah sent me the link, so Tash will share those. But I was going to say, we've worked with a few of your local businesses that you have been helping, and I know one of Tash's favourites was the lovely chocolate lady.
Awesome chocolates from the lovely Sean
in one of our episodes.
I was going to say, I was a bit like chocolate in my teeth. I was enjoying it a bit too much for hours after that.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous.
Giving, didn't it, Tash? You were just oh well, obviously, I mean, it's been brilliant to hear a bit about the business side, but I know that you mentioned earlier you're a mum of 3. So how are you coping in lockdown? What's been going on? And how, I mean, you're juggling so many things. She's put her head in her hands. Oh my God.
I am sure I am the same as all of you gorgeous ladies out there. It is stressful. I have to say, it's been really stressful. I actually had to have a conversation with Kobe's teacher, because being self-employed and trying to homeschool, Kobe's 5 and I have to actually sit with him to do his learning. I cannot do that every day from 9 till 3 and run a business, make some money, pay the rent, mortgage, put food on the table. You just can't do it. So I said to her, I'm really stressing and I feel like I'm failing as a mum. I'm failing as at my business. And she was like, whoa, take a step back like that. And she said, look, please take the pressure off. The school had actually sent like a timetable, and it was from 9 o'clock in the morning, Joe Wicks, then it was English at 9:30, then it was maths. And I said, that's great for people that have been furloughed and have got the time, but they're still being paid. Self-employed, if I don't work, I don't get any money. So she just said, do what you can. And we spoke about obviously Kobe and its phonics that he really needs help with. His maths, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So it's phonics, his reading, and handwriting. She said, if you can do one of those a day, brilliant. So I sort of feel a bit
It's funny, isn't it? Sorry, Jen.
No.
I was going to say, it's weird that you use that word failure, because I think something that we felt when we've done previous interviews and chats, and when we did our girls' night the other day, failure and mum guilt are words that come up all the time. And I don't know, because I'm not sexist, but what we don't hear men going, oh, I'm failing because I'm not, because ultimately it does in most cases, not always, but it does fall to the mum to sit and do the schooling, to run the home, to run their business. And, we're always honest on this show. I had a bit of a day yesterday, said to Jen, a bit of a teary, emotional session, because it is a bit of a failure thing. You are like, what am I meant to do? I'm like, I've got no Wi-Fi. I'm grateful I'm still managing to talk to you. Running a business, I've got a son, and it's really tough at times. And you do have to just sometimes take a moment and think, what can I do just to get through the day? What little things can I tick off? Because it is just so stressful at the moment, and it's just getting to so many women, I think, that I speak to. And I think you do just need to just sit and pause, and breathe, because it's bloody tough.
I did another thing through Facebook. It was sort of like a coaching session, a female coaching session, and I was on it for about 30 minutes, and I did take some great advice from it, and it was about stop the pressure on yourself. Not only are we dealing with COVID, we are dealing with, we can't really go out, we can't do this, we can't do that. So everything is out of our control. And I think I'm a real OCD with being in control. And that is what I'm struggling with, is not being in control. And I think that is in the back of your mind the whole time, because you can't change it. This is currently the situation we're in, and it is, best bit of advice is day by day, just every day you get up, it's a new day, and it's like, do you know what, yesterday was really crap, but today's a new day, and I'm gonna just I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna do what I can do and not worry about it.
I think that's the thing. The worry is the big thing, because it's not just the work situation. I've had lots of friends sharing with me the fact that there's, lots of restrictions at the moment, and they worry that their kids are losing out on opportunities and the learning and the social skills and the everything. So at the end of my day, even though my head's about to explode because my year 4 twins and their maths is so difficult, at the end of the day, I'm thoroughly worn out from homeschooling, managing the business, and then worrying, oh my God, have they had fun today? Because we can't forget that. It has to be, it can't just be, all the serious stuff. It's got to be.
It's that pressure again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that we have the pressure of making that happen. And it's very difficult.
I think the teacher
you get snappy, don't you? You get snappy with people as well. We've all done that. Snapped at our kids, snapped at our partners, whatever it is. Just had that moment where you just think, oh God, because like you say, you're trying to teach them, you're trying to run a home, you're trying to make sure they're happy, if they had a good day. But actually you but the pressure is on them as well. And someone said to me yesterday, they took a whole day off homeschooling with her 3 kids, because she just said, you know what, we felt as a family, we just needed to go out and have a massive walk and have some fun. And she was like, sod schooling, but yes, it's important. Excuse me, croaky. But they just needed it as a family. They just needed that time together to regroup and actually realise they'd all been snapping at each other. They were dog tired. And I think we just need to do that at the moment.
I don't know whether any of you are suffering as well with sleep.
Lack of sleep.
My son does not want to go to bed now.
Oh, Tash, so are you.
It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and up in the morning, and it's right. I'm just like, why aren't you tired? Why aren't you? But I think it is, they're not burning the energy off, but they would do. I have actually got a great lady, potentially that you might want as a guest, actually, Rowena, who's a therapist, who gave me some great advice for Kobe, because she said, what is he like? And I said, he's almost angry. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's angry, and I can see him. And she said, you've got to let him get that out. She said, let him punch it out. And I'm like, that. She said, obviously not to you, but into a pillow, or get him to lie on the floor and kick. She said, get him to release that energy. He's got to let it come out, because they, at 5, they don't understand how to release things, whereas we are a bit more, we sort of know what to do. Kids don't. They don't understand why they're feeling, why they do.
You're right. Someone gave me, because I've been having exactly the same situation. My son's 11, and I've been up with him sometimes till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, twitchy legs, restless leg syndrome, just wide awake, getting angry, but up at 5:30 like this morning. And someone said to me, a lady I know who's a masser actually, and she said that there's obviously upping their iron intake, and their magnesium actually can really help. So increasing green vegetables. He now takes an iron supplement, which I know Jenny actually uses as well. Can't remember the name of it. But also she's given us a few little exercises to do each bedtime with him. We've set up a little mini gym in our garage. And like you say, my husband's going, right, here's some boxing gloves and a punch bag. Just punch.
Yeah.
And it is those simple things. And like you say, I'm not an expert, but I have to say the last week or so, he has gone to bed easier. You know, we've tried to taken away as much blue screen as we can, as early as we can, you know, bathing with Epsom salts and all these kind of relaxation things. And I do think it's helped. But yeah, I think everyone's sleep deprivation at the moment is just a nightmare.
Yeah. I just don't want to go to sleep as well. No. We're going to bed later and later because I think you've just got so much going on in your mind. You can't actually switch off because you're sort of like, oh God, it's the same thing tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. There's just no change. And it's that, isn't it? It's almost that we're in that survival mode. We're in, you know, I suppose, Yeah,
I said to Tash the other day, I think with the kids especially, and us, because I mean I do the school run, I know you do as well, both of you, but the kids are not getting the same level of activity, so we are all, including us, because we've got lots in our mind, going to bed mentally exhausted but not physically. And so like Tash saying, having that gym option for Harrison, you know, and obviously Kobe venting and getting things out, getting rid of that energy. My two don't do any of their after school clubs, their sports clubs, nothing. They're just not getting rid of that, and they're going to bed and they've still got the energy, you know, but their heads are ready to sleep, and so they're constantly in that, you know, tired but not tired sort of scenario. But yeah, it's tough, isn't it, ladies? Very tough. I'm sure there's lots of ladies out there that are going to watch this, probably nodding along and in agreement. Sarah, is there anything else that you want to cover at all? Because I know we're going to share links with your sarahjanecroke.com, your Frimley Business Association. You must keep us up to date with your mayoral situation as well. We want to hear back.
Of course I will. I was going to say the other thing I'm doing with the community is beginning next week, Share the Love.
Ooh.
So we're holding on, it's the first Monday of the week, about Share the Love, and it's about tagging somebody in on the post that has helped you. So it could be through COVID, it could be, you know, doing shopping, it could be your postman, it could be your husband, whoever, but just to say thank you. Thanks.
Hopefully not the postman before the husband.
Yeah, we better be careful there. Just to give recognition to that person. And I've got some great gifts. So we're going to choose one person randomly each week to have a little gift just to say thank you. So so join Frimley Community. Facebook page, and then you can be part of that. If you've got someone that you want to tag and share about, please do. We'd love you to all hop on.
And also to add as well, I know we've got lots of followers that do run their own businesses. Perhaps there's something they might like to donate. I know Tash and I have worked with some of the local businesses that you do as well, but there might be some others out there that want to donate something as one of the gifts. So we'll make sure we put all the details on the
amazing. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, well, it's been lovely to chat to you, Sarah. And do keep in touch. Let us know how things are going. Tash has managed to stay with us.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I really didn't think that was going to happen.
Sarah and I were getting ready to do the mannequin challenge with you and freeze.
We're going to do a bit of voguing, won't we? The days when we can vogue.
I know.
Bring them back.
Well, thank you for joining us, Sarah. It's been great to chat to you, and we will speak to you again very soon, no doubt. We'll put all of your lovely links on the post as well for you.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies, and stay safe and well.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Sorry for Wi-Fi issues. There's probably lots of freeze frames of me pulling weird expressions on this morning's episode, but it was lovely of Sarah to join us, and I'm sure, God, Jen, there's probably a load of us out there this morning who are going through business issues, homeschooling issues, too much energy with kids, lack of sleep. I think we covered everything and more, the most emotions that people are feeling at the moment. So, if you have any questions or anything that, you know, Jen or I or Sarah can help you with, then obviously please get in touch. We'd love to share all the links or any support that we can do. So, Jen, before we go, what are you up to the rest of today?
Well, I've tackled maths with the girls this morning. Year 4 maths, as I mentioned, is pretty tough for my little brain. I'm not a maths person. I'm much more creative. So yeah, struggling with that, but we've done that now. So I did say to the girls that after lunch we would call it a day today. They've worked so hard, as have I, with my schoolwork. So yeah, we're going to have some time out this afternoon and watch a film. What about you?
Yeah, well, we've got a family, my other half's birthday tomorrow. So yeah, so we're gonna, Harrison and I, he finishes schooling about 3:15, I think, today. Yeah. And he does have to continue that today. And then he's going on a bike ride with a friend, which is nice because he's kind of getting out and about. So yeah, birthday prep, wrapping some presents, going and getting a few bits of food, just obviously just the three of us. Yeah. But we're still going to make it special and do a few decorations and stuff like that. So yeah, just a bit of family time and maybe a quiz later on tonight as well. But all good. Same old.
But we're carrying on. Well done. I know you've had a bit of a tough week, so yeah, I'm sure many people can sympathise. Yeah, my brain's about to explode with loads of numbers. It's just, yeah, it's a very tough one this week for, I think, lots of people. But we've got through it. It's Friday today, this is when we're recording it, and obviously this episode goes out as episode 10, doesn't it? So yes, 10 episodes. Well done us.
I know.
But we'll say goodbye, and we'll see everybody very soon.
See you later.